Hey guys, it's Bill from the XP Guild. Welcome back to yet another Shield Wardens game. Episode or session 30. When last we left off, the party had made some contacts in the city. They had met with Ferdan, the Furbolg, assistant harbor master, their contact that Theodosia had told them to make their way to Kylanium to see. He gave him a little bit more information, in particular discussion of the device that is on the top of the plateau in the center of the island that is emitting this mist-like substance that has now covered over the island. They made brief contact with a member of the Cloud Vipers and were told how to contact the leader of the Cloud Vipers if they so desired. They stopped and purchased some items at a local magical shop and were making their way out to visit the city to enjoy the bars and to kind of get a lay of the land and mainly kill some time because they needed to wait for the evening for their contact with the Cloud Vipers, and their ship was making their way to the docks that Ferdan had implemented for them to join them. And with that, let's move on.
So where are we at this precise moment then?
You guys would probably be at one of the various bars within the city. I don't know whether you guys are going more upscale, downscale, mid-level. On your pub crawl, you had left a magical shop, but you've probably gone to a couple different places. And I don't know how heavily we were planning on drinking, or whether it was...
It's a weekday. We're not getting on it.
No.
Day drinking anyway. You have one, it feels like three, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bed by 8.
Yeah. Been there, done that. So, yeah, as you guys are kind of within one of the bars, Hendrix would get a sense within his head, like a signal from the ship. I am docking in the dock you asked me to dock in.
Oh, lovely. We'll start heading our way down then now. Well, at least I will, just to make sure everything goes okay. Might be strange if someone notices a manless ship rolling in.
When you're speaking to the ship, do you speak out loud, or is that pure?
No, I'm going to be in my head, but it's more of a like, you see me drift off, I'm not quite paying attention anymore.
Okay.
But if I did that, DM would never know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right? I'd have to be watching chat the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be very riveting for the viewers.
I'll share the knowledge with the group. I'll just say, our ride seems to be docking. I'm going to go maybe check on that. I don't know if you want to follow or stay out.
Nah. The longer we stay out, the more chance that Lucius is going to do something that gets us all into trouble.
What?
Understandable.
Yeah. No, we're going to stick with you 100%.
Cool. Finish drinks up then and start heading back to the docks.
All right. You guys make your way through the city. Probably about 20 or 30 minutes to get to the dock area. At this point, it's probably later in the day. Sun's probably starting to go down as far as you guys can tell. Basically, just the overall light level is dimming. You do see in certain like alleyways here and there that there are like the lamp lighters are going around, like lighting the various lamps within the city. And as you arrive at the docks, you see the Furbolg that you had made contact with earlier in the day, standing by the dock that he had prescribed to you guys. And just kind of no one is bothering him there. And he's like walking over as if he's inspecting the ship, kind of glancing around at your ship. As it's sitting there docked, the sails are, still down, but hanging slack as it is pulled up to the dock. What are you guys up to?
When the sails are down, Hendrix, are they furled or are they unfurled? Is the act of it being down a furling or is it an unfurling? You're
yes.
the captain. Right, thank you. That's what I thought. You're the captain.
I'm like that. I look at you and go, I'm like, I steer it. It's a pretty good ship. It sails itself, like.
Yeah, 100%. I know. I've been watching you on the boat. Sorry, ship. Could she hear me? She didn't hear that, did she? Okay. Maybe. You don't know. All right.
No.
I'll say sorry to her just in case.
She's the ship. Midnight. Treat it with a little bit of respect and we'll all be good.
Can do.
Ferdinand sees you guys walking over. There you are. How's everything?
Good.
Any progress in your work?
Not since this morning. There are a few people we've spoken to and people we plan to hopefully communicate with. But at the moment, we've just been doing a little reconnaissance of the local area.
Very well. This stock will be made available to you, and no one will be bothering it. It's a nice-looking ship.
About that, Hendrix, maybe rather than stopping anyone going near your ship, I wonder if it would be useful to see who would want to go near your ship.
I'm assuming thieves would. The docks are run by the thieves, right?
Yeah, but the thieves aren't going to go near it anyway. Could go chat to them next, aren't we? I'm saying, like, snow on the collar array. I'm just saying, potentially they might know that we're here. Might be able to find them directly.
They've never seen this ship before.
It's a stupid idea. I don't know why Lucius brought it up. Let's carry on. Let's go.
It's also flying, if you remember, a different flag. Is the
Yeah, we disguised it.
Yeah. Was it the Tallulah Tulip?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Brain fry.
It had. I'm trying to remember. I think you guys chose the Demos flag, so it's a purple flag with like outlined kind of sunburst with like silver wings in the middle of it, which is the flag from the capital island of Demos.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, if there's anything you guys need me to do, just let me know. I will probably be heading out for the evening here soon, but I will see to it that everything is looked after and your ship is taken care of.
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Anything you guys were planning to do?
You said the street lights are being lit now, correct?
Yeah, you saw at least in the darker areas, in particular, there's people going around starting to light them. So pretty soon, you know that they'll probably all be lit as these people make their way. Some poor bastard's got to go to every single one, and yeah,
Sure. And for the signal, we had to light or this thing
douse. Yeah, there was a broken. Let's see what I wrote. There was a broken one, like where one of the panes was missing on it.
Yeah.
That they said if you put that out, then someone would kind of notice and get a hold of you guys. A few blocks from the dock.
Okay. Few blocks. Should we start heading towards that way, guys? And we can blow a candle out if it's been lit.
Well,
Yeah.
Indeed.
but then, just in case, you guys go first, and I'll be a little behind you, just not to intimidate people if somebody was to, get up close.
That's fine. I'll lead the way.
All right. Give me a perception check, someone who is kind of leading, I guess.
I got a 29.
Nice. It doesn't take you very long. You were gonna find it anyways, but on a 29,
I remember
the instructions of its specific location weren't great, but as you're walking through, you're like, oh wait, that one has a broken glass on it, which would allow access to the normally locked and blocked off lantern. You do see it is already lit. There is the lamp lighter that is like working his way down the street from there. So he is probably like 300 feet away now, working on another lantern. It is not on the main thoroughfare. So like there's main road that kind of runs from the docks towards the middle of the city. And then there are, of course, like more alleys and smaller roads that kind of lead to various parts of the city and various areas in this like dock district area. This is kind of amongst some of the dockside warehouse structures and fairly secluded. You don't really see anyone around as you're there. There are a few lights in various buildings that have come on, but as far as you can tell, no one's specifically watching or standing nearby.
Are there lights on in our vicinity, or are they a few blocks away?
There are like a few buildings down. You can spot some lights, like in the upper stories of. They're like 2-story buildings for the most part around here. But in the upper stories of one of the houses down a couple blocks, there is lights that you can kind of see.
Trying to just get a sense of just how remote our location is. You know what I mean? As a safe house, are we a part of suburbia or part of an empty warehouse district? You know what I mean?
More on the lines of empty warehouse district, but like I said, you did spot some lights,
Right.
Not too far away, but not like in the immediate looking straight down at the alleyway you're standing in.
Okay. Thank you, Jim. Should we go in?
This is the lamp.
Yeah.
Everyone, I'll take a look at everyone just quickly. Like, we're good. And I just clear my hat off. Just wave my hat in front of it quickly. The gust of wind is enough to blow a candle out, I hope.
Yeah, I mean they're They're oil like lanterns, but yeah, it's enough to like blow it out. They're not massive. Decent oil wick sort of lantern thing. That's almost probably amplified a little bit by the panes of glass that are in there to give off a nice dim enough glow to kind of cover an alleyway, in particular over here. So it goes out, and you find yourselves now in a dark alley within the city, within the warehouse district. Is there anything in particular you guys are wanting to do while you wait for anyone to come contact you?
I want to look around. Do I see any of those Hydra people around?
You can give me a perception check.
Not 20 for a 24, so I just wasted a nat 20.
Not necessarily a waste. You do not see anyone that remotely looks like Hydra. In fact, there's very few people you see. The lamplighter himself has now kind of moved beyond vision, like they've turned a corner and working on the next set of alleyways. I mean, he's got to go from one to the next, so he's not looking backwards that much anyways. You do spot with a nat 20 off in the shadows nearby a figure in like dark studded leather armor, and he has a cloak that's pulled up, like the hood's pulled up, so it's hard to see his face. In fact, there's very little that would have given him away. It's just your very keen eyesight spotted this figure standing off in a nearby alleyway. Seems to be like staring over towards you guys as you're looking around.
Gotcha. Lucius is gonna walk up right next to Hendrix, and he's gonna be like, "Don't look over there, but there's somebody who keeps looking at us." Just so you know. And then I'll go back to like a pole nearby and post up.
Okay. Within a few moments, that figure starts to walk closer, moving out of the extra darkness of the alleyway. I mean, this area that you guys are in is fairly dark anyways because of the lanterns out. And the nearest lanterns aren't shedding great light over here, but it's more in the moonlight, air quotes moonlight, of this dim mist-filled area. And he steps forward and pulls back his hood, and you see that it is a elven male. He has a scar that runs across the left side of his face from like the top like forehead area down over like his eye area and comes right past his lips. So his face kind of has that perpetual almost like grimace to it as it's like puckered up from the scar mark there. His black hair runs long down his back and pulled back in like a ponytail behind, but the sides of his head is shaved and long elvish ears stand out. And he steps forward, kind of looking you guys over. Well, now, what is it that you are looking for us for?
I mean, Lucius, do you want to speak with them on this? You are, after all, the military element.
Yeah, but I think the captain here was the one that was trying to have a chat with him. He looks at Hendrix.
So eager to blow out the thing, but not eager to talk, huh?
We're here to talk. Is this area safe?
Safe enough for the moment. Let's do the broad strokes before we get into the fine details.
Sure.
What is it you're looking for?
Assistance or maybe help in of the outcome, hopefully benefiting both sides.
One would hope. That is how we do business.
Of course. Just letting
He
you know.
glances at each of you. I notice lodge symbols, though, and lodges aren't always our friends. How do I know that this is not some sort of weird trap?
I mean, you just said it yourself. Lodges are a lot of things, but one thing is they're orderly. They're not weird. There's no reason that they would do this kind of trap. Fact is, we're not here as lodge members or even as part of Halat. We're looking for allies to protect your island and, by design, ours as well. You're housing something pretty evil on here. And I think you either know about it, you're doing nothing about it, or you don't know about it, and that's worrying.
Talking about lodges, here's a gift for you. I'm gonna take out the papers that I have for the Hydra member. I'm gonna give it to him. If you guys need to infiltrate him, here you go.
Thank you.
And I'll let him know where I stashed the armor, so they want to pick it up.
He kind of nods and takes the papers and slips it in underneath his cloak. All right, you've bought yourself at least a conversation. And he walks over to a nearby stone wall and places his hand upon one of the stones. And it starts to kind of glow softly. And then that section of the wall just kind of deteriorates. Like it almost shimmers and vanishes. And then you see an opening that leads, like a stairwell that leads down. And he just starts walking slowly down these dark stairs, heading into the darkness.
I'll follow suit.
Yeah, I'll be the last one to go in just to make sure nobody's following us.
But you
All right.
can't see in the dark.
You can cast light, but I'm good. I mean, we're just going a little tunnel.
Okay. Says the halfling with the giant man now behind, can't see and will be falling. I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, man.
Hey, at least if I judge him boulders coming down, it's gonna hit me first.
Yeah.
You're the boulder!
To a halfling, yes.
To a halfling, everyone else is a boulder.
Yeah. Especially in his crystalline armor. If he's displaying it, he's this giant rolling rock.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I make sure that everyone else is in between me and Lucius. 100%.
For those of you that can see in the dark, you get down to the bottom of this stairwell area, and there is a small room, probably like 15 by 15 feet. In the middle of that room, there is a table, a round table with chairs kind of strewn out around it. And this figure walks over to the opposite side of where the door is and sits down in a large, like plush, like dark cushioned chair, sturdily made. It's bigger than the rest of the chairs there as far as like more ornate, larger back. And the rest of them are kind of like simple wooden chairs that kind of are scattered around this table. And he sits down, kind of puts his hands up on the table and kind of like waits patiently as you guys are arriving down the stairs.
Yeah, if I can't say I would have casted light on like a dagger and held it in my hand.
Okay. Yeah, it is very dark down here. And he didn't seem to make any effort to try to light anything.
It's all good. I just I'd rather not run anybody over.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Now, well, we got closer to this guy, and he took his head down. You say he was an elf, yeah?
Yeah.
Making sure I heard right. There you go. I'll gesture to the rest of us to sit around the table, and
Lucius, as you are walking down the stairs, you kind of get the sense that it gets even darker. And if you look back, that wall is now like reformed itself.
So I go to, is there light inside the room we're in or no?
No, he did not
Okay.
make any effort. There's
Well,
also no like lanterns or anything set up in this room.
Okay. I guess I'll put the dagger in the table, but as we go sit down, he would tell the guy in Elven, "Thank you for your time."
Not a total heathen then, though you are one that does not see in the darkness. It's always an unfortunate thing.
Sadly to say, that's what happens.
It's all right. Not everyone's perfect.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, what is it we can do for you? And as the light like shines on this table, you see that familiar symbol worked into the table itself of the viper going through the like dodecahedron sort of thing, that like D20 looking outlined space.
Right. I love the merch. Branding is important.
Very important.
Chairs we sit down at, and asking for names, would that be remiss?
You can always ask. No.
Hi.
I'm
name's-
Kidan Lorwinter.
Sorry, what's your name?
Kidan Lorwinter.
Kid and
Lord Kidan,
Uh,
or Kidan Lord, one word.
Kidan Lorwinter.
Kedad Lord Winter.
Okay.
Okay.
This is my domain, so to speak.
Okay.
Pleasure. Thank you for meeting us. I'm Captain Hendricks, and this is my crew. We came across this island more investigative and stumbled across a few things that we can't leave without fixing. One of them, this fog around the island.
Yes.
It can't be good for trading routes.
Does make things difficult when you send a ship out and it takes them 40 days or so to get back, 30 days to get back.
Well, we were...
Yes, well, your captain is a very interesting fellow, of course, but
Sorry about that. The neighbour decides it's a great time to start cutting the lawn.
yeah, configure
What?
whatever time at night it is there.
6 in the evening. So
Yeah.
Sounds like a Florida thing.
So anyway, yeah, the fog. We seem to know, well, the rough location of it, but obviously this is your island.
Yes.
You know what goes on in the shadows.
Between the lines.
Yes, the fog. Well, as best as we can ascertain it, there's some device atop the plateau in the center of the island. Some magical item. We haven't got 100%, but we have some ideas as to ways to destroy that thing, if that's what we're
We've
looking
got a-
for.
Couple of ideas of our own.
Hmm.
The most crudest, just blowing it up.
Yes.
Wondering what your ideas were, and if
Yes.
could
The
help each
the
other
thing that we have thought of, yes, of course, blowing it up would be of great import. We did get a hold of someone, and it seems that there's magical protections around it. A field that would make normal explosives not work too well. However, we think a strong enough dispelling of that field could give one a window of at least a few minutes, maybe, to plant some sort of explosive large enough to physically damage the rest of it.
okay.
Hmm.
And obviously, we haven't seen the size of the item, whatever it is that makes this fog. We're assuming it's a certain size, but do you know how large it is? Like, how much explosives would we need?
Taps the table with one hand, and the table almost seems to shift and form into like a large stone structure with like teeth almost jutting out from the sides, and in the middle of it, a like 5-foot round ball that like hovers and floats over it and kind of slowly spins with like arcane runes and lines like kind of all over this sphere as it kind of spins slowly.
So this is what it looks like.
That is what it looks like.
Thank you.
It is a strange sphere. We're not 100% everything it does. We have feeling that it does more than just generate this mist, but that is where we're at.
Can I very quickly just memorize this image in all its finery?
Of course.
Okay.
And has
No.
anybody tried destroying it before? Has anyone
No.
attempted? No.
No, not as of yet. The issue is first that it is undoubtedly protected by something.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, it is on the top of the plateau, which is the plateau itself has been turned into a kind of fallback fortress for the king, or was years and years ago. It has seemingly been fortified now since we have thought of ways to perhaps fly up or to scale the sides of the mountain itself. But to do such a move would be showing a hand that if we were not ready for the rest, we were worried that it would lead to repercussions and stronger defenses for the next time, as they undoubtedly will make more of these.
Yeah. When you say they, who do you mean?
Well, the prince has a group of people working on various magical items. Weird collars, these stones like this. They've generated more of them, but none of them have been activated here on the island.
Where are they now?
Within the capital city, Pylumen.
Do you know where that store is?
Well, last we saw, there is a fort that's attached to the palace. It is within that, guarded with about 300 or so members of the king's personal guard. Oh, we just lost Dave.
I guess I'm going to ask the question so that it is in the ether.
Yes.
Is it possible for you and yours to take that fort and gain those stores?
Is it possible? I suppose anything is possible. Is it probable? Probably not the greatest option.
What happens if there's a synchronized effort, and let's say they were distracted by a group on the plateau?
I mean, that ups your level, but I'm still not seeing my benefit other than dispelling this fog for a while.
Well, with the storeroom ransacked, I have no means to replace this crystal as well. I'm sure if there are a few things in there that you might find of value.
All right, let's say we raid this, taking the whole citadel. I do not have that number at my easy disposal at the moment, but perhaps gaining access and removing the items of value within could be done with enough effort.
It doesn't have to be by force. If it was a under the radar, in, out, they come back and everything's gone.
Does anybody have plans to this castle? Maybe it has like secret entrance or weak walls.
Perhaps. I can deal with the stores itself if you are planning on taking out the top. Again, though, I'm still missing the risk versus my reward situation.
I was just thinking that if there's a way for a small unit to get past certain guards and straight to the main people, maybe there'd be a way to take out whoever's in charge, and then you guys can do whatever you want with the rest.
Well, I think there is obviously a boundary there. Even Curd recognizes that. I think maybe up until recently, you probably had a better arrangement with the king. I think maybe, perhaps up until recently, you had your ways and they were tolerated as long as you only wet your beak and didn't gorge yourself. Am I right?
Something like that.
And
Although
now you're in a position where your beak is dry.
Not so dry, but not as wet as we'd like it, of course. All right.
So my question here is this. Did you do something wrong?
Haven't done anything different, so the only thing's changed is the leadership. Are you going to kill the prince too? And any of his advisors?
I think if there is a change in management, it would be beneficial to literally everyone else on this island.
Oh, I'm not opposed to such a move. It's just the question as to who and the how.
Well, if we deal with that and find yourself in a position where once more your beak is getting wetted, perhaps you would consider aiding us by providing safe passage from one position to another on your island, on your territory, by providing us with weaponry if we need it, although I must say we're fairly good. But most importantly, support, allies, yourself, and the others who are like you. You know who you can trust, not just generally, not just for time immemorial. I'm saying recently. Who are the people that you look at and go, they're still the same? We get those people on our side, groundswell, take the city, force them to actually come and face you. That pulls them out of the palace. We take the royals, we leave with them, and then we can head straight up to the plateau with them. We're not going to do that, but it's going to be fine.
Not 100% sure of your plan, but I'm here for possible causing of some of this chaos.
Sorry,
Uh,
Captain. I spoke out. I apologize.
no. I was interested. I am also interested. You mentioned the collars, but do you actually know what they do?
Not 100% sure. It does seem that those that are wearing them aren't the same as they were before, as your colleague had implied. So whether it's
I'll explain to them
personality
what they
altering.
actually are. Just the more people that know, the less likely somebody is to wear it.
That is disturbing, indeed. Well, we'll have to see to that.
That's the thing. If we don't do this, then this island isn't yours anymore. And your beak won't be wet, but it'll be chopped off.
So
Because when they have their way, there'll be nothing left for us.
I'm not trying to speak for the rest of the group, but if they help us with this, maybe we can have them put whoever they want in power, since we don't really care about the island. It's not part of our nation. Will you be willing if we do that?
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to having a say in the leadership change, but they seem to be a little bit particular about their voting of their new kings. So we can leave that with, of course, my slight ability to sway who gets chosen. That is fine.
You scratch her back, we scratch her back.
All right. So here's the things. As we've determined that these mists seem to delay time or speed up our time, it's a strange magical effect that seems to come from the main object, and he gestures towards this still floating ball that's almost blocking vision here, but it has like a slight translucence so you can still see him through the other side. Getting rid of that would at least buy time to gather more reinforcements if you wanted to. I'm not sure sneaking into the palace will be as doable as I once perhaps could have managed. They've done quite a bit of work there. Now, the fort itself I can get into if we coordinate while you are dealing with the problem up top. I'm assuming that's your volunteering side. And we can at least slow them down. The forge will be sabotaged, at least for a short period of time. They will have to rebuild that. And we can work on a little bit more. That would at least buy us time to get ships in and out faster, or at least on parity.
We could possibly get help from companions off island that way. It wouldn't be crazy late.
The capital's been in itself turned into a overall kind of fortress, more of a police state, I suppose is what you'd call it. However, it's been reinforced with some creatures that I've only heard of in storybooks. I'm not old enough to have lived through the wars before, but those that came before me have told me of the demons. They resemble that.
But they brought demons up here. Fantastic.
No, I hadn't brought demons yet.
They're not fun. Not from what I hear. But we've avoided their issues. It's just made the capital a tough one. We can get in, we can deal with a little bit of the problems, but we'd probably have to run from there and disappear for a while. But we could leave you some time.
Okay.
Do you have a contact if we needed explosives? Obviously, getting a large amount or amount needed through the proper means may cast a gaze on us that I'm not willing to have at the moment.
Yeah, an explosives engineer would be great, or someone who deals with fuels and explosive fuels. I have an idea, and it's just crazy enough it might work.
Oh, do tell.
Sit back.
No.
Right.
I've got to work this out in my head.
Okay, you work that out.
Yeah.
What I do have on me would be a scroll of Dispel Magic of a slightly higher than normal level that would presumably be able to disrupt the magic around this if anyone's able to utilize it. That I could give you as an act of good faith towards this as we work out the rest of the plan. And he'll slip into his cloak and pull out a scroll case. And then just kind of like set it in the middle of the table, which is in the middle of this like illusion that's showing this.
One thing
The
to
only person that's going to be able to use that is Randy or Lucius, maybe. You're the only ones with some magic in you.
I mean, yeah, I totally have magic. Sure. I used to be an elf, by the way. No big deal. I moved on from that. I dealt with what you had, and I felt it wasn't quite enough. But I see where you're coming from. I certainly see what you're trying.
yeah, it was quite the spectacle.
I'll take the scroll. No bother.
I was gonna say, if you're afraid of losing any of your people with this whole explosion thing, I'd be more than happy to volunteer setting up the explosive or whatnot.
I mean, yes, if you are going to be on the plateau, my people will not be on that plateau. We'll have to be down in the city dealing with the other issues, the duplicates of that item. Explosives, I could contact someone. It might take me another few hours. Probably in the morning I could have something for you. If you had an idea of what it is you're trying to attempt. So there are, from what I've ascertained, you could either go through the mountain to the top. There's a series of tunnels and rooms, but it has been fortified. Many soldiers there, plus whatever's on top. You could go up the side of the mountain, which you'd have to scale or climb somehow. Probably the better of the ways is it's less visible. But you're climbing up icy cold rocks for at least several hundred feet before you reach the top. Or you could figure out some means of flight, either magical or taking a ship. However, that would be very out in the open. But if done quick enough, could get in, deal your damage, and hopefully get out.
I play my Bandalore, slowly playing Levitate as I lift myself off the ground. And I'm like, some way to go up the cliffs.
Do we not have those feathers for the people that are...
Yep.
So maybe we could... you say a few hundred feet.
I have fly.
Yeah. I believe we all have a means of doing that now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a flying
Even if
badger.
it's consumable, so we have a way of doing that. Maybe our best bet is to scale the side. Well, fly up the side using shadows or sun glare to hide our approach.
That's the best play. Plus,
I would say so.
Lucius and I can assist in making it a bit more camouflagey. And at the end of the day, Pios just disappears into anything that he wants to. Pios?
Yeah. He's here.
Hi.
It's just he's standing at the edge of the table. He hasn't sat down yet, so you can't see. I pull a chair out for him.
Yes. Just let me know when we are going to kill people.
So, just a summary: we have a scroll that can hopefully get rid of the magical field around it. Randy, you seem to think you have some way of with the explosives.
I was thinking about some stuff, but I think if we're going to be approaching by climbing, then climbing, we won't need to use that. But in terms of explosives, we could utilize your ship, go the Halo route.
We still need explosives. My ship doesn't have any offensive.
No, but I have 2 arrows that can do some impressive damage for creating that space. But you're right, we will need then someone to provide a payload to fall down right behind it as it creates that space.
Plus, I take our only means off the island straight into the capital, where they've turned it into a fortified bunker of some sort, castle. Remember, they've got flying beasts as well. But
this is what I was thinking, as opposed to us actually flying to the capital in the direct, I was thinking send ship out of the cloud, around, and then come in directly above, and then just drop from height, and then leave again.
that would take weeks.
If she left now, she could be there in weeks. What would 3 hours take?
How would we? I don't know how we communicate through the
I have
time.
a question. Do you have any what's it called, maids or servants that used to be in the castle that are like living down here now?
Not in Galenium, no.
I was thinking maybe if somebody who used to work in the castle maybe knows like different ways to get in, that would help out a lot.
Well, like I said, I've got ways for the fort. The castle itself, the ways I knew have been shored up. So whether any information that was given probably outdated already.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let's say this was the last resort, and you had to get in there and take care of this. How would you do it?
Well, are we talking about the castle or are we talking about the plateau with the sphere?
I'm just talking overall. Like, if you had no choice and you had to get in there and take care of this. Just trying to get your angle on things as somebody who's a military strategist.
Who's the island?
I mean, honestly, if I had no better options, I'd be on a ship and out of here in, 20 minutes from now. But if I had to deal with things, like I've said, I would deal with the sphere first, as that would buy me time to escape or to deal with more problems. Perhaps that would draw people out too. By destroying this item, it would at least cause them to disperse some of their forces to search for the culprits. Put some of the resources towards rebuilding it, as I'm sure having this time system slow down probably is to their benefit. Otherwise, why would they bother?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking if we go do this, like I said, I wouldn't mind throwing the bomb in there, and then if anything, after they come out, I can be bait and maybe get them into a position where they chase me, and then we ambush them and go from there.
I mean, the thing is that to get a prince to leave his castle would require something huge.
And
You
not
there.
more to get the prince out of there, is more of getting some of his guards out of there once, we ambush them, getting in there and taking care of them shouldn't be too hard. Don't get me wrong, I might be wrong, but figure.
It was something huge.
Let's say our forces are small at the moment. We're not going on any head-on attacks.
No.
We're going to do some guerrilla warfare,
Head and
in
run.
and outs. If we can destroy this and get out, we have more time, like our good friend says. I don't think we should head-on fight them until we know what exactly we're fighting.
Now, if you are indeed lodge members and you have support of your lodges, then perhaps that's something too. You could call them for aid once we have slowed their time to the normal.
For sure.
I mean,
Lucius, this could be where you...
I do have a question, Randall. Is there any way you can get a message to Theodosia? Maybe she can get Serranus to do his magic thing and get over here ASAP? Or some type of help?
Hey, Theodosia. It's your boy. Just hanging out with the other guys. Wanted to make sure everything's going fine with you just now. So we had a really important question we wanted to ask you, and that's 25 words.
So as you go to cast that, you feel that your sending ability does not activate within this space.
For literally the first time in my entire life, I'm having performance issues.
Oh, were you trying to cast a spell out of here?
No? Yes, I was.
You'd have to exit the building in order to do that.
We can do that on the way back home.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have certain precautions I do.
No, that makes sense. I'm glad I didn't try any, shenanigans. It would have been a bad move, I feel.
Oh, yes. Well,
I'm gonna take out my compass real quick. Is it working here? Or no?
Yeah. It seems to kind of spin a little bit and points mainly north.
Is that where the castle's at?
Yeah, I mean, the capital city is to the northeast slightly, but mainly north.
Yeah, he'll put it away after that.
I'll send a message out. Get Skarnus over here. Kurdan, what is he wearing?
It's a dark studded leather suit of armor, a very dark, and with the light from Lucius's dagger coming through, it's like a very dark purple cloak.
Okay.
You don't see any visible weapons or anything on him.
Okay. I was just checking because he keeps talking about guilds and whatnot. I'm just checking to make sure, Groovy. You need time to get the things that we need from you. The biggest thing that we need right now is a large amount of explosives to be stored.
And an easy means of transporting it.
Yeah, not in one location. Make several drop points, several caches throughout this area. Have them all set on their own wagon. Okay?
I can manage to get you some explosives, enough to...
Oh, no, I think
theoretically
you
destroy this.
misunderstood. I didn't say some. I meant all the explosives. All.
Very ambitious little one.
We have one shot. One. We get this right, or they know and they come back at us. We do this right one time.
All right.
I think we forgot to ask one thing.
That being serious should be absolutely terrifying for you right now.
I mean, I have about 500 pounds of explosives that I could get a hold of fairly quickly and easily transportable for you. Come the morning. If that sounds about right.
Great. If you could also get hold of 500 bags of flour, 500 bags of grain, get hold of as much kitchen oil, as much oil as you possibly can. Straw, I wanted to get stuffed into corners wherever possible. You're talking about explosives. I think you need to start thinking about the whole picture. Yeah?
Looking to destroy the entire plateau, huh?
If that's what it
Possible.
takes.
All right. Well, probably take me till morning, like I said, to get together things, items. You're going to transport all of that. I am not exactly in hold of enough items to easily hide and store those. You will need carts or other means, which means overland transportation, unless you're taking your ship.
For the moment, store it somewhere safe in the city that can be easily called upon. Okay?
All right.
I've got a look on my face that Hendrix should recognize as, oh shit, he's got an actual idea.
Mm.
Do you?
I'm literally don't understand it, but I'm just letting it happen. So I'm like, there's an idea. He's got something.
Yeah.
Do you need anything in return from us?
Well, that is an interesting proposition. The item, and he gestures towards the thing. In the center, from what I'm told, there is a crystal within. I'd like to have that.
What color?
And what does this crystal do?
Not 100% sure, but if it fuels all of this, it might be worth it. It's dark crystal.
If he survives the explosion, I'll give it to you myself.
Yes, from what I've heard, not seen, but seen the reports of, it is a black crystal, maybe about a foot long or so.
I look at one of Randy's feet and go, oh, that's not too big.
It's big enough. It's the right size.
I mean, I could carry that in one hand. So it's all good.
Well, there you have it. So, come tomorrow. Meet you at your ship.
What is the best way of contacting you? Shall we blow out a lantern?
Well, I like to work around the docks, and during the daytime is not the best time to blow out lanterns. So, if you unfurl your sails, I can spot that, and I will come by, or send someone. Maybe Kay will come by. She seemed to speak highly of you.
The lovely woman on the docks.
Yes.
So we're good then?
We're good. I think your actions, if they succeed, will do well. We will have to coordinate more. Tomorrow, there'll have to be some discussion of logistics, how you're planning to get there, how you're planning to get this massive amount of food where you're going, and
The grain, the oil. Yeah.
I'm gonna extend my hand out to like shake his, see what he does.
He'll reach out, but he'll reach past your hand to grab your wrist, and you'll see that there's the tattoo on the inner part of the Cloud Viper there, like where your hand would grasp.
He'll do that, and he'll say in Elven, "It's been a pleasure."
Respond. And you, safe travels. And he'll gesture towards the stairs, and you'll come.
I think to be a dick, he's gonna tell him in Elven. I guess you don't know who I am, do you? And I'll tell him my full name, see if he recognizes it.
Ah, the gladiator. Yes, I thought I recognized the face from various things around. How's your daddy?
Well,
Didn't you just say who's your daddy? What?
Yeah, is this conversation in common or Elvish still?
He is speaking in Elvish.
No. I speak Elvish, but badly. Like I literally cannot understand. Like a
him
fifth-year
saying
French-
that, I would be like, "How do you know about my father?"
Something about dads. Definitely, they're really going at each other. I think.
I've come across some of his offspring before, and
Of
it
course.
pays to know the people that are famous in this world and their various weaknesses.
Yeah.
Occupational hazard. Anyways, we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. The door is open if you desire to leave. And that delusion of this stone disappears. And it's back to the table with your dagger sticking in the middle.
Gonna take one last look at his face so I can memorize what he looks like. Walk out.
I'll grab my dagger and wait for everybody to start walking. I'll be in the back with the dagger, lighting the place up.
I'll just tip my hat. Until next time, Caden. Speak soon and go upstairs.
I've already
Just kind of
slipped out
nods and sits there waiting. Pios, we
room.
can't hear you.
I've already slinked out the room.
All right, as you guys exit here, I think that's probably a good spot to take our break. Let's go ahead and take our 15-minute bio break and whatever break. Enjoy, and we will be back shortly, guys, and let's see what shenanigans we get up to next.
Shenanigans.
If you are enjoying our content, please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patrons get access to videos early, as well as digital content easily imported into your own game or campaign. Every bit of support helps us grow as a channel. Do you enjoy watching a live game? Do you have Amazon Prime? Please consider subscribing using your Prime sub on twitch.tv/thexpguild. This is a free and easy way to support the channel. Finally, if you do enjoy this content and know others who might, tell your friends and family about the XP Guild.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Sky Castle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's get back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. The group is just exiting the room there for the Cloud Vipers after speaking with Kierdan. As they exit this room, what are you guys up to?
Relight the lamp as we leave.
Cool.
And head back to the warehouse.
I take my ring of sending immediately once we're in the warehouse and go to Sagranus. I go, Sagranus, we need you here now. Follow on your locate to this spot. You have a 20 by 30 by 35 foot space for you to enter into on this spot here. And I lay out a little symbol from each of us onto the floor in that particular spot. All of which are things that I know he knows we have.
Randall, I will attempt to do such a thing, and give me a few moments to get things in order. It wasn't that long ago you sent a message to Theodosia. What's going on? I thought that was only a once-a-day thing.
I listen to the message. I go, there's something inherently messed up for giving me a ring with one cent. Like, that is welcome to my country. You can have a prepaid phone with £5 on it and no more. You will then throw it away. I should buy a bunch of ring ascending burners. That would be absolutely ideal. That's what
one
we need.
for each finger. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Okay. Why not?
Okay.
Maybe we could then take those rings and attach them to my waist on a belt loop somehow, so that when one goes off, I can feel it vibrate with the others. You know.
Do you know what else is messed up? They know you've
What?
only got the one ring, but they keep answering with questions.
They keep answering. They keep they're asking me questions. Like, they do it, man. You telepathic.
I got Randy. I'm
It's
like,
annoying.
there.
It's annoying.
Just chill out. Like, it'll rub your muscles on your shoulders. You don't worry.
Get off! Oh, Jesus, giant man hands. What's wrong with you?
These silky touch. What are you on about, mate?
Oh, all right. If you say so.
Oh, man. All right.
Like,
Let me look up the spell really quick.
As I'm saying all this, I'm also backing away from the space, giving it maybe a 15-foot radius. And I advise to the others to do the same.
We'll definitely back up.
Cool. I'll go upstairs to the room we're in and just put a candle in the window so we can talk to the rebels about using the caves.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, Lucia's gonna go up there too.
About 7 minutes or so go by, Randy, and then you hear, Randall, apparently something blocks teleporting within the bounds of the island.
Yep.
Some sort
Yep.
of magical interference.
Right. How long has it been since the last message? I can't reply back to you. This is annoying as hell.
Oh, you can reply back to that, though.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
Oh, and then I reply going, okay, we'll look to plan B. As I say this next piece, I'm looking right at Hendrix's eyes and I go, we'll look to move the ship out of range of magical shielding. See if you can teleport onto that. Also, how long has it been since I messaged you? Also, I only have one message on my ring of sending. Come on, man. Be cool.
And a few moments pass, but I mean, honestly, this is like almost a minute passes. It was about a few moments ago that you had messaged me, very quickly, actually. You're asking me questions with message. And you only have the one. Oh, I thought your magical powers were greater than that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you questions with a message back. It's kind of rude to do such a thing. Well, you can advise me when you get off, perhaps, and I should possibly be able to get to a spot like your ship.
I can reply to this message, right?
Yes, I had to use another spell to do such. Although you wouldn't have responded like that, so, but yes, you could have responded.
My response would be, we'll ignore the passive aggression of sending more messages to me to proclaim how good you are at magic. We get it. Average time between a moment for you is about 7 minutes for us. Bear in mind for all logistics trains, pass message on to McCrilly. We'll contact you. Be ready to teleport in. Fuck me. Math.
With the teleportation, I'll butt in and goes, we're going to need your ring to tell him we're in position. And when does that charge? Like dawn?
Yeah.
Shall we?
What's the time now?
We do it tomorrow.
That's 12 hours. Our time is 700 hours their time? No, more.
Other way. You guys are faster.
Right. Okay. So
Divide it.
12 hours our time is maybe 45 minutes their time.
About an hour and 1.2 hours. It's roughly 10 times faster where you are.
Okay. Thank you. My God. So bad at math.
No, it's tough. And I've even screwed it up sometimes during this stupid time thing before.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. In which case, we're going to be 12 hours. We'll tell him to go for 100 minutes from now then. His time. I'll finish the message saying, we will message you in 100 minutes from now. Be ready. That's your 100 minutes, not our 100 minutes. I can understand. No, run out.
All right. And there is no response.
We should get some sleep. Or we should prepare for tomorrow and make sure we have everything ready.
Definitely. Well, we could do us to grab a friend, and then these two can start getting supplies into the warehouse.
And they can get their friends from the lodgers. You know? Their lodgers are the strongest after all.
Change any spells on his ring, or
On the spell storing ring for
piles.
For piles? Before. Okay, I mean, I've got some spell slots left, so I guess if I. What have I got left? What have you used up, Piles? How many slots do you have left?
I don't think you guys have cast anything
No,
today, really.
I got still 4th level Wither and Bloom and 1st level Healing Word.
I think that's like the best ones, you know?
Mm.
Oh, unless I've got something I could do. We could take away the Wither and Bloom, and we can replace it with 4 first level spells, like Silvery Barbs, and another Silvery Barbs, and another Silvery Barbs, and another
shield as well.
And a shield. Yeah, there you go. 5 reaction spells.
Okay, so how many first Silvery Barbs?
I'll give you. How many have I got left on my spell casting attributes? Yeah, I'll give you 3 Silvery Barbs.
So
you can
no
keep
shield.
that. Keep the healing word, and I can
5.
give you.
Okay, I got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
5. Remember?
Okay, so
Do I
3
have
Silvery Barbs, 1 Healing Word,
Yeah,
Do you have
shield.
shield?
and then Shield, which would gonna be absolutely fucking insane if I use it on myself. Because that's
Literally
that's
the only person you can use it on. So.
Oh, is it really? Okay, holy crap. Okay. So
Yeah.
that gives it +5.
Yep.
For that round.
round.
At the start of your next
That'd be-
turn, yeah.
23 AC.
Get yourself some cover. Ready to see
Little
if
pup.
push it to
It's
30.
okay. All right. Hendrix lit the candle. And after a little while, you hear the door to the warehouse open up. And in walks Valkyrie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Come in, take a seat. We've had a night here, and we looked around the area, and we've learned a lot about the let's just call it the fog machine at the moment, and I think it needs to be just taken care of, and so we need to get to the plateau. And we found out that you may know of a route through the mountains.
Yes, I mean, we've got our ways. We've got our passageways. So where you need to get to the plateau?
That's the end route. We're going to the plateau. We found out that the fog sphere is on top of there, and the fog is the cause for a lot of the things around here.
I mean, I can't get you inside the fortress of the plateau, but I could get you nearby, I suppose.
Can you get us to its base?
Oh yeah, up into the mountains at least nearby. Yeah.
I mean, that's all we need.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
it'll be probably at least a day's journey through the island itself. Maybe longer, depending on any obstacles. Some of those passageways we haven't used in quite a while.
Mm.
Every now and then things happen.
Yeah.
Creatures come through, whatever. But in general, we'll be able to do it.
we obviously opportunists. If we were to take care of the prince, do you have any ideas of who you'd want put in charge?
It's tough to say for sure. I'd have to talk to the rest of the Iron Oaks, but
The rest.
Although-
How strong in men are you?
well, I mean, not as strong as I'd like to be. There's maybe 100, 150 of us. I mean, spread out throughout this entire island.
Are you guys good at ambushing?
No, but
I
they're
mean-
spread throughout the whole island, not just through the
Yeah.
one town.
Most of them are more just kids who want to be cool and join a resistance movement. But there's a few of us fighters. But I would.
I wonder if maybe your people can start sharing propaganda. Well, not propaganda as much, but more the truth of what these collars are and what the bad people on the plateau are planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, word will be getting out. We're working on passing some of that, but yeah, we'll mention it. I'll mention it again. Then, personally, if I had to vote for a new king right now, it would be. Let me see.
Me?
No.
Oh,
Captain, though you may be, it is a big step
to be
king.
honest, too much responsibility for me.
And for me. No, there's a Lord Duran. Currently is probably my favorite candidate.
Duran?
Lord Duran, yes.
Duran.
Ah,
Duran.
Duran. Okay.
You good?
open myself up to everything. All right.
We may have to have a conversation with this man, Lord Duran, or at least see what sort of man he is,
Yeah, find out if he's hungry like the wolf.
or just a wild boy.
Yeah. I think that's the only two I could think of, to be fair.
All right, good. Let's not look up a whole list of their songs.
Let's say please.
Well, either way, it's up for the island to vote, but that's where mine would go.
So, say the island to vote. How would that happen? Is it in each of the small towns, or is it for the nobles in the capital? Is it a mass voting, or a select few that vote?
Whoever's earned their citizenship is
There.
available.
So
to vote.
each citizen, true citizen, has a vote.
Citizen. Each
What
true
system
citizen.
are you using, sir? Is it a first past the post? Are we working to an additional majority system? Are we going with a supplemental vote? Are you going with a more proportional system or one for a strong government? Sir, we need... No, you know what? Sorry, I had a really bad memory of a politics tutor. My father made me... Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I feel maybe the propaganda and just setting the stones ready for when a vote may be needed. The public will have all the knowledge they need to make the right choice.
All right. Yes, well.
If we can try and advise everyone to pop that collar, it will really make life easier.
Okay.
Fantastic. Anyway, it's getting late, and if there's no word from your side,
I mean, the question is, when did you want to go?
well, we've got a few things to plan for. Probably not tomorrow, maybe the day after. As I look
But it's
around at the
probably
rest.
best to prep now to be in a position to act within a moment's notice. Make sure everything is ready to happen upon a word.
I mean, if we're traveling through the caves, it'll be me guiding you through the caves. So whenever you guys are ready, let me know.
Will do.
All right. Here, and she drops like a backpack on one of the crates in here. I brought some food and some rations in case you guys needed more.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
I'll shake a hand and put 3 gold coins in it for the supplies. Like, I don't expect there'll be loads of food in here that's going to be expensive. So
Thank you. She
just so you're not out of your own pocket.
appreciated that. Well, good luck, boys, and I'll be watching for the candle. She kind of walks back out into the city.
Cool. I'll blow that candle out. We don't need that one.
Yep.
All right. What are we doing, guys?
Oh, what sort of time of day? So candles have gone on, so it's dark.
Mhm.
I'm guessing evening sort of time.
Yeah, it's probably like equivalent to like 9ish or so.
Yes. I think there's nothing to be gained from being out in the streets at night.
No.
Take the rest, wake up early, get ready to go.
Let's do a group cooking. We've got some supplies here. We'll have a meal, and I look in the bag to see if there's any alcohol. There isn't, and I remember I've got all the alcohol that we took from the king in my rucksack. So then I go over to my rucksack on the side, pull out a nice bottle of wine.
Did I ever take a look at the special surprise package that was waiting for me on the ship?
I believe so. I think I told you what it was. It was because you had asked for courage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a box inside there that had an item in it that was
It's like tears or silver, something like that. Silver
Titan dust.
Titan dust, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wee snort of that just now. Just a tiny little piece just there.
All right. So you are you feel braver, stronger, unafraid. More likely to take on dangerous and nearly impossible odds, feeling immortal and undefeatable. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, Lord. That happened crazy quick. Attributes. Constitution saving throw, yeah?
Yep.
Proficiency. Wait. There we go. Five.
Beautiful. Perfect. All right. Awesome. As far as mechanics go, you are currently immune to fear and will have resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage for the next 10 minutes.
Nice.
You probably only have a couple of uses of that
Okay.
left.
So I'm going to turn around to Piles, feeling like I cannot possibly die, and go, "You don't talk much. And I don't know if I can trust you. Come here." And I start rubbing my hands up and down his face.
I avoid Randy as much as possible, putting up my shield, thinking that he's rubbing his hands on my face.
I am. It's happening. 100%.
It is not.
All right. I'll probably be a little bit abusive to Lucius after a while, but
If I
only
have
to see if someone will
evade,
punch
I
me.
will.
Yeah.
He's just mad that he's short.
Do I hit?
What?
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, that's it. Immediately turn around and just jump at you, doing like a flying kick at your knee.
Oh god. It's like an angry chihuahua.
Yeah, literally nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna fall on the ground and be like, I'm so strong. You're lucky.
He'll probably just kneel over like, oh, my knee.
Yeah.
Full on Family Guy, yeah.
The pain.
5th edition methamphetamine. What a weird life choice. But okay.
After about a minute of it, Randy, you basically collapse. You are hit with this wave of overwhelming exhaustion. You take 2 points of exhaustion.
That's what you want just before you go on a massive adventure.
As you had failed by more than
Quite
10
a
points
lot.
for
Yep.
the con save of this item.
I don't know how to put exhaustion on the foundry stuff. I'm gonna have to take a look.
Okay. If not, I'll make a note. I don't remember.
Oh.
Anything else you guys want to get up to tonight?
I'll just cook some food for us, and then probably, like I say, have an early night, ready for the shenanigans tomorrow.
Probably a good plan.
Yeah,
I look at Lucius.
Pass out.
Lucius,
Yes.
it is customary to draw on those that get high and pass out. I feel that you have taken the brunt of Randall's jokes. You should be the one. And then Pius just walks away.
I think he will go back to Pius. Once Randall's sleeping, do you have something I can write with?
There is charcoal in the fireplace.
Alright.
Daniel's backpack opens and his inkwell drops out.
Nice. He's gonna grab like a little what is it called, a feather, and he's gonna draw like the monocle and the mustache with the little beard thing on his face.
I watch. I almost go to stop behaviour, then I look down at my boots and go, nice. Just sit back.
I feel a lot better. Do you want to take a turn?
I snore, blissfully unaware.
Yep.
And I draw whiskers on his nose as well. Like nice little cat whiskers. Because when you see somebody in the street with cat whiskers on, you don't tell them, you just smile at them.
Yawn.
They might have done that themselves, we don't know.
As you do the cat whiskers, I stretch out.
All right. As the next day rises, the sun, or at least the light levels, raise a little bit through the mists outside. Randy, you will be down to 1 level of exhaustion, which
Woohoo.
just means you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yep. When do you
Groovy.
use them, eh?
Yeah, like you ever talk or,
Exactly.
look around. Anything.
I'll be fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, no problem. You don't feel great as you wake up, like pounding headache, probably skin a little clammy, not super hot. But you guys are up and ready to face the day. What is the plan?
Everyone know what they're doing?
No
Leave.
clue.
No clue.
Talking to people. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to the guy we met. K something. What's his name?
Curtain.
Yeah, there we go.
Could have
Are
done.
we
The-
going to
Yeah.
use the old dwarf to try to move supplies into Ilenium?
Yeah, I think so.
The old dwarf.
You mean
Well,
Sagranus,
that
right?
The one that we came in on with from the
You mean the
little small
carpenter?
town. What's he, Edgard?
I thought it was a furball. No, that was the contact. Oh man.
Yeah.
I know.
I am
I was-
talking about the one that we came here.
The one he gave us a ride in from the village on the
Yeah,
side.
I didn't know
Yes.
he was the door.
He was.
Why
a
would
dwarf.
we involve him?
They were talking about moving stuff in carts. Are we going to use?
I mean,
We have a contact with somebody that has a cart.
These guys got their own carts, I think.
yeah. There's that the carts that they're going to be using are their own. I think he's doing his own thing.
I thought we were given an option to use carts or use our airship.
Well, I mean, we're going to use the carts, but I'm just saying, like, that guy already put his neck on the line for us once.
I thought we had to supply our own carts because
Oh.
we are supplying our own airship.
I look at the other two real quickly, and then, like, my arm conspiratorially around Pius' shoulder, going, what are you talking about, mate? What? No, of course
The
we're not.
supplies.
No. They're doing the supply. Remember? Like,
I know that
You
you're
were there.
doing the supplies, but I'm talking
Right.
about he gave us an option to use carts or our airship. I can go get more carts if we need more carts.
I
We'll figure it out. No worry right now.
we're good, man. We're good. You don't need to do that.
What are we blowing up exactly?
Maybe
Fog
a
machine.
whole mountain, but definitely a fog machine.
I'm like Lucian. Not Lucian. Pius. I know you're sneaky, but you were in the room with us. Like,
Yeah, I remember
The
seeing you
fog
doing the
sphere.
jazz
in
hands.
the
There
table.
was a
We want
lot
to blow
going
that up.
on.
There is
a lot of
going
people
on.
talk. And I'm trying to figure out who we're exactly killing and who are we saving and who are we, messing up.
Okay.
Shoelaces,
Sure.
yeah. We'll let you know.
We're
shoelaces.
killing the
I
demons.
mean, are we killing the king? Are we killing the prince?
Probably.
Are we breaking their
If
legs?
we have the opportunity,
Are
but
we
we're not
killing
going
the
in head first to kill them.
Yeah.
entire palace guard?
If they're in our way,
Non
I
Objective.
mean, do we have to take out the servants? That
we
kind
don't
of
have-
idea.
Anybody with collars.
Well, yes, that is natural. But I'm talking about the other people.
I see your point. You're worried
Not
about
unless
hurting
they give
innocents,
us a
right?
problem.
No, I think it's fair. People are just trying to get a job, and they're just showing up to the palace every day because they're the electrician. Why on earth are we going to run them through with a sword? That doesn't seem
No, no,
fair.
no. I
More
was
like-
just saying, whoever gives us a problem is.
If you're not too sure, Pius, you can always give them the option to run away. And if we're not too happy with that, you can just stab them in the back.
We'll let you
Right.
tie up all the shoelaces you want.
Let's not let Lucius talk then, because people always cause problems when Lucius talks.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. You're so wise.
I'm like, oh
I
my
did
god,
not-
that's such a sweet burn.
Do not want to have to kill all those people.
I agree. We don't need to kill anybody. We don't have to.
Okay. Well, Hendrix and I have to head out to pick up Sagranus. We're going to be gone for potentially the rest of the day.
You
There
want
may
us
be a
to get
time
the
dilation as
supplies?
Yeah. Sort out the supplies, sort out the lodges, and set up a route. You guys know how to prepare fire choke points. If we don't use the fires for anything else other than drawing out the palace guard, that's always a good plan B. But for the moment, let's store the explosives. Okay?
Indeed.
All right. I lean over to Piles and I go, listen, I need you to make sure Lucius doesn't mess this up, okay? You know what he's like. And then as I'm walking away from Piles, I'm going to go up to Lucius and go, look, I need you to really focus him, man. You know Piles, he's an absolute psycho. Okay?
While Kitty whiskered and glasses and moustache all over the face.
Yeah, he's trying not to laugh. He's like, okay.
I need you to really pay attention to what's going on. All right? I need you to seriously.
I'll pay attention.
If you can really just get look at him. He's already got it ready. We need to have ready on that.
Had that
We
tattoo
got
for
this.
years.
You guys
I always forget I've got it.
do your thing, and we'll see you when you get back.
Okay. All right. Nice one. That's your one use for the year, isn't it?
Mm. Shall we head out? Lead the way. I'll let him lead out. I'll wait a few moments, then I'll start walking as well. Just so we're not leaving at the same time. But also because I don't want to be with him with his face painted like that.
Get about 10 paces outside as he's leaving the door, and that's the point where I realize he's not right behind me. And I turn around and I go, come on, buddy, let's go, as loudly as possible.
I'm coming.
Before they leave, not that it matters much, but I will cast aid on the two of them and Pius, so you get 5 extra HP. Up against.
Question. What are Lucius and Pius going to be doing?
What were we supposed to be doing? I
Well,
heard choke points.
Well,
yeah,
it's
You're already
so
gone.
Well, I was asking
Kieran had
that.
said he would meet you guys by the ship. And
Okay.
these two are heading towards the ship, but you guys are supposed to manage the supplies, which I think Kieran is supposed to be managing. So I wasn't sure.
Well, if I
think-
remember that, I'll tell Pius to follow me, and we'll go a little after they leave, so they don't see us telling them.
Okay.
Is he gonna? He was supposed to give us all the supplies, right? Or was he supposed to make arrangements otherwise?
I mean, it was asked to gather it for today, so
Okay. Because my
whether
thought
he's
is-
going to have it just sitting on the docks or whether he's
Okay,
going
'cause-
to.
Yeah, Because my thought was maybe we find another warehouse that we can store the stuff out at besides our own warehouse that we are at presently. So, okay.
All right. So you guys are tailing the other two?
Yeah, we give them a little head, they're a little ahead, and then we'll walk.
Oh.
I'll change the color of my cape to purple so that way if they look, not that it's gonna help, but
I think he's wearing his purple cloak today.
I'm gonna make it where it looks like Lucius is the only one following them.
All right.
I turn around and I actually don't spot him for a second. I'm like, oh, the purple.
That one.
Okay.
I rolled a
Look at
30
him. He
for my
literally
stealth.
just turned and faced against the wall. What is he doing? Like he's not even looking through a window. He's just literally just turned and faced against the wall. Like we can't see him. It's like a weird ostrich.
he's looking at a
salamander
map or
combination.
something.
Randy, can I get a perception check, which would then be a disadvantage due to your exhaustion?
You just want to punish me for being exhausted, sir. I see you, and I respect the hell out of it. Perception. Here we go, peeps. +3. Why, I can always rely on that. There's no way that's going to go wrong. Nine.
Okay. You notice a couple of people like glancing at you guys as you walk by, but you don't notice anything too much out of the ordinary.
I'm
as you're
casting
walking
a
through the
spell.
streets.
So no one's actually noticing I haven't as yet noticed my face, have I?
No.
That's
No.
what you're saying.
That's yeah.
When people look at him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm casting a spell, minor illusion.
Okay.
You create a sound.
Oh God.
Doesn't say how much of a. Let's see here. The volume can whisper to a scream. Lion roar. Okay. When they look at him, it's just gonna sound like he's gonna go meow.
So Randy, you will hear random meows coming, like emanating from you from time to time.
As
I
we're
slow my
following
face
them,
down, so there's now a gap again.
Yeah,
Lucius
there's
is gonna
definitely
look
people
around.
noticing.
I say, what do you think you're doing? What you hear is
I think you seriously will.
because that's what you want in your bard when you're about to go deal with the process of talking. Is someone at disadvantage who can only sound like a cat.
Luckily, we're going on a little ship ride. So.
Chaos.
As you guys approach the dock, you will see a female leaning up against a crate with like a satchel kind of strewn across her shoulder over near your ship.
I'm playing my lute at this point as we're going along, and I'm singing a little ditty, which is bawdy and hilarious, but all anyone can hear is meow 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 meow.
Are you aware of these meows?
No clue.
I would think you can hear because it's an auditory that other people are able to hear.
Oh, okay. In which case, I've leaned into it, and I'm like, it's like when Phoebe loses her voice and she sounds so sexy. It's like, hey, no, this could be a thing. Oh, did you hear that?
So apparently the stupid spell is on a successful investigation check against your spell DC. You can discern if it's illusion or not.
Oh, I'm perfectly willing to forego that, just so I don't notice it at all. Either way works fine for me.
I'll,
mean, Could be a
you
side
say
effect of
there's
the
a woman
drugs,
at the
right?
bar of the ship.
And
You'd recognize her as
Good luck.
Kay, the thief that you guys met up with at the docks.
it lasts for a
Okay.
minute.
Oh, man. It was fun once that happened, though.
Hello. Thank you for meeting us here. Am I right to assume you have our stock?
Well, I have the explosives on me. The rest I have nearby. Didn't know where you guys wanted it. It's a lot of food and oil.
A couple of our companions are actually, well, at least one of them is following us up on the rear. He's in the purple. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
If you go meet him, he should be able to sort out a location for all the supplies. We've just got to pop out of the dock for a little while.
Did you guys want the explosives, or you want me to give it to him?
I'll give the explosives to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, safe travels then.
See you later.
All right. And
That was
she
easy.
kind of walks towards Lucius. Oh, Lucius, right? Was that the name? Your friends told me to give you this. They said that you were following him and that you would want. And she pulls off the satchel and kind of hands it over to you. And I have this has the explosives in it. Just reach in and pull them out whenever. 500 pounds of it. It's full. Anything else you wanted? The food, the grain and oil and flour and stuff. We have it nearby, but I don't know where you wanted it.
I think for now, I'm just gonna give her the address of the place we're staying in.
All right, you delivered there.
Do you have something I can carry this stuff in? I mean, don't get me wrong, I got big muscles, but I don't want to be carrying bombs everywhere.
Well, the bag there does the carrying of up to 500 pounds just fine.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's light
thank
as
you.
all hell. It's just, she
Okay.
gave you a bag of holding full of
I
explosives.
gotcha. At first, I was confused. I thought it was maybe like a detonator, like a small thing to,
No.
put in there. Okay, well, I will tell her. Thank you very much, and thanks for all the help.
Oh, no problem.
So is that it then?
I mean, if you guys want it delivered there, we'll start delivering it there. I think we'll do it unless there's a time constraint, we'll kind of spread it out through the day. Is someone there to receive them?
All right. I think as he grabs the thing and the bounce and everything's going in there, he's gonna lean in real quick and he's gonna go. You doing anything later?
She'll kind of raise an eyebrow and look at you. Why don't you give a persuasion check?
23.
She'll smirk a little bit. Maybe. What did you have in mind?
Drink and then go from there.
Sounds good. What are you thinking of later?
I'm more of a in the moment kind of guy.
Like the way you think. You send the little one back to guard the location, and you show me where a good drink could be.
All right. I'll mention that bar that Pius had mentioned before, and to meet up.
Oh, that shithole? No.
Well,
I'll
do
show you a
know
better
any?
spot.
Okay. I don't know the area that well, so that works.
It's all right. I'll only hold it against you slightly. And she'll put like her hand out for you to kind of take and like kind of do that arm thing, like lock around your arm and then start leading you off down an alleyway. As she kind of moves past the group, Pios, you notice her like hands kind of flash really quickly, and as she passes the information along as to where to deliver things.
If since I have the bag, if I'm going with her somewhere, I think I'm just gonna hand the bag to Pius and tell him, hey, can you take that back to the our place? And it'll be either.
Pius eventually comes out of the shadows. Picks up the bag.
This is very important. So everything rests on your shoulders.
Pius eyeballs Lucius. Do not end up in jail.
I can't guarantee anything, my friend.
Meanwhile, your ship is just sailing off out of the harbor slowly. On board is Hendrix and Randall heading out. What do you guys? What's kind of like the game plan or the trajectory? How far away are you planning on going before contacting Sigranis?
Okay. When we first broke the time barrier, did we feel that was like an equal distance? Well, I suppose we wouldn't know, would we? Was that like, is it a visible distance? Like, if we were to look up now, would we see like a cloud line and know beyond that? Or is it we're just going to have to keep going until we hope it's not?
I mean, there's a visible into the mist once you get there. You get about 30 feet of visibility, plus or minus. So probably on these outer skirts, you get about 60 feet of visibility in this mist. So as you get there, then it becomes very obvious. But until you get to the edge of it, it's really hard to say how far it goes because it's like being in a dense fog while you're driving your car through the middle of the night, you know.
Well, we'll probably pull out and then I'll do a 45-degree steadily climbing up. I feel me and Randy are on the same page with that one.
100%. If anything, Randy's doing very little except throwing up over the side of the ship.
I'll wash you later if any gets on. Shut up.
The little one is vomiting again.
I know, like I said, we'll get someone to wash it later.
Is the ship okay with me throwing up again? I feel very bad.
The ship starts shaking every so often. Just like a
Why? Is it turbulence? It must be turbulent.
wind pocket, I think.
Mm,
The ship giggles.
brutal.
I do love messing with that little one, if that's all I get to do. Okay, so you guys will be able to traverse, so you're like 45-degree climb and out, sort of thing, straight out. So heading to the south and climbing, eventually you will break this cloud layer. It probably takes you about 45 minutes or so of sailing time to get out of the mist fully.
45 minutes. There's hardly any time their way. Okay, that's fine. So we break free. I will then send I'll send a sending message. Okay, 25 words. We're here.
Are you doing a mock test beforehand, or is this the actual thing?
I'm
What you're
counting. I'll do a mock. I'll say it out loud so you can.
Okay. I'll be like, "Where's here?"
Where is here? At rendezvous, track to objects. That's 5. Message me if it fails. 10. Bring your blank spell scrolls and magic ink and components. Bring your magic ink, components, and empty spell scrolls. It's 9. It says 19. 6 more. Anything else you want to say?
No. If he's a great wizard, he should be able to scry on us and see our location. So I've got no doubt on that.
Yeah.
Now we're outside the field. Oh,
Yeah.
Missed the island. No.
Yeah. Okay. Bring some wine and some buns. Yes. All right. So we'll change that to bring wine and lots of funds. Boom. Smashed it. Perfect message.
Cool.
I send that message
Mhm.
to him. And I hope that goes well.
Okay. All right.
I set the objects in the middle of the boat, ship. Sorry. And again, step away from it.
All right. I'll be there in a moment, I hope. Someone please roll me a D100 and tell me the result.
I've not been rolling well today. I won't lie to you.
I'm rolling. Oh, we got a 98.
Okay. A few moments
it's good,
pass, and then there is a shimmer in the air, and you see Sagranus form upon the deck of your ship.
I've
What
never
the-
been so happy to see you, you old bastard.
What is on your face, boy?
Handsome.
As I
This
turn
is what
ship
the
round to get
ladies
back.
love.
They like the whiskers and the spectacles and
What kind of idiot wears spectacles? Come on now.
Say that to
Anyways.
everybody in our chat, yeah.
Read the room, Dave.
Oh.
Okay, at that, I will find a bucket of water and thrust my face into it.
Could have just done precipitation.
I can actually do prestidigitation, but I am not in a position to do anything like that right now.
Still
My
hungover.
brain, I'm not braining so good.
Cool. I'll let you explain the situation as I steer the ship back.
Okay. Sagranus, we've been on the island now for quite a bit longer than you are. I mean, if you work out the numbers, we've been here pretty much 10 times longer than your time period over there. In that time, we have secured allies and materials. We have explosives, which we're going to get set up. We have a lot of explosives. We're thinking we need to get to the center of the plateau where there is a fog machine, which is powered by a foot-long black crystal. We believe if we can explode that crystal in some way, shape, or form, that may remove the fog machine. Or if we can destroy the fog machine, that will get rid of the fog creation here. We're going to climb on the outside. Well, climb. We're going to fly up on the outside. And we're going to remove that threat by blowing it up. We thought you could use you for creating a couple of teleport scrolls for us so we can get in, get out, and more importantly, create a way in for the explosives to come through.
Well, the only issue, perhaps only, the issue that I can think of at first, anyways, would be that teleporting didn't work when I tried to get in. Not 100% sure it will work while I'm in here.
Shit.
I'm sure he's got other magics that can help.
I turn around to Hendrix and go, look, honestly, we need an actual magician. But I genuinely, like...
Well, he can send. He can use sending a lot, so maybe if you can help him use him to find one.
I cast levitate on Hendrix.
I activate my boots of flying and just use your levitate and as an easy flying and just.
I drop levitate.
I land back on the ship.
All right.
You used to
only
be a
that's
lot more
ascended
fun to
spell, eh?
fuck with, all right? I'm not going to lie, okay?
So, the question now is, what can I do to be of assistance?
We plan to take out the fog machine. However, we found out that they have a research lab where they have more of these and maybe different tech. Now, you being one who knows these runes the most, you might be able to assist with that, as well as we plan to explode current fog sphere. We have a lot of explosives, but Randy, like I say, wants to make the boom go bigger. The only thing is, all that stuff is we can't transport it. Now, you say you might not be able to teleport, but do you have anything that can resize or shrink or...
Do you have a black hole?
I just turned to Randy. I'm like, what is a black hole?
I saw this at the college. It's like a black cloth. When you and you open it up, it looks like it's a circle, but you can drop things into it, and then you can then wrap it back up again, and everything that you dropped into it is just held inside the space, and you just can store that up. It's like flat liminal space.
A portable hole.
A portable hole. Yes. I called it a black hole a lot. I did badly at college. It shouldn't be understated, to be fair.
It's like a bonus hole. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an option. When you haven't got enough and you need to, then that's available, right?
I like that. That may be a workaround. I like that.
It often is, actually. Yeah.
All right. Yes.
You do?
What sort of wizard would I be if I didn't have a portable hole to store things in?
Then we can...
Brilliant. Well, we'll take you back to our home of operations.
Yeah.
We can start going into more detail there.
Just be careful, as these have some limitations in such, like, if you have another sort of similar device to store large amounts of items, if you put them together, that in and of itself could be a explosionary sort of thing.
Huh. You
Oh.
don't say.
Well, it's not really explosion. It just kind of shifts things to the astral plane. It's not good for anyone there, but, you know.
It's not the worst idea. Interesting.
Does destroy the items that you use, but threat's big enough. I mean,
18
No,
months
it's
in
fine.
this campaign with 0 portable magical items, and today we get 2 at the same time.
just gotta ask the right people.
What do you mean we get to? I thought we've just got the hole at the moment, right?
We've got, yeah, okay, fine. Let me have an out character moment, jeez. This guy, am I right?
Consistency, bro. What are you doing to it?
Okay, right. Suspend it. Yeah.
We've
So,
just got our bonus hole, and that's it.
Pour my face out, which is now dry and clean and clear. And
You look like
I-
a really terrible Kiss
yeah.
tribute artist at the moment. It's just smeared down your face.
I see the portable hole and I go, yeah, black hole, and I jump into it. And I call up and I go, see, it's totally fine.
It's strewn with like all sorts of wizardry, like items. There's books.
100% going to pick up 2 of those randomly immediately and put them in pocket. 100%.
Give me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Why? No one's watching. I'm all by myself.
Like Socrates is gonna leave you to his items inside his hole without looking.
I assumed he would. No. Sleight of hand, disadvantage, because life. 21 with a disadvantage.
Nice. All right,
Oh, you got a 16 and a 17. Nice.
cool.
It shouldn't be allowed, man. That's such nonsense.
Yeah, it is. It is nonsense indeed. All right, cool. Is there anything like anything in particular you were reaching to grab, or?
Oh no, not even like it was like literally. As I landed, I realized at that exact moment, and just reach and just put in the pocket. I didn't even look. It was like the third guy from what's the Saints movie where the guy just comes out, he just starts firing, bam, 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 and he's crossing over, bam, not looking, not aware, just very excited.
Rocco.
Rocco! I'm having a pure Rocco moment.
Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, cool. No problem. You grab 2 items really quickly. Clamber back out. I will need to, of course, clear out my stuff. But yeah, we can do that when we get back. All right. We'll see what we can do. I'm not going into, the middle of a battle with you guys, but I'll do what I can from where I can.
We may not need your might. We just need your skills.
You're not the first person to say that to me. It's been a while.
Brian is the pimp. All right, noted.
Couldn't resist. All right. Meanwhile, back on the island, Pius, I'm assuming you went back to the warehouse to ensure the deliveries.
Yeah, to get everything ready and set up and, make sure everything's, and then put everything in order, according to whatever they bring in,
All right.
stuff. And I want to take a look at the explosives.
Okay. Are you so you're gonna pull out some of the explosives, or?
Yeah, at least one.
Okay. What you end up, you reach in, you pull out, and what you get is like about a box sort of thing. It's about like a foot long and like 3 or 4 inches wide. Square box. Basically, it's wood exterior, but it feels like a very thin, light wood exterior. And there's like a fuse that comes out the side of it. And that probably weighs like 5 pounds or so.
Okay.
So judging by that, you'd figure there's probably about 100 more of those inside the bag. Yeah. So what is it you're trying to do, or just kind of?
Yeah, I kind of want to see. Would I, with my experience and whatnot, would I know how these things would work or kind of work, or could I try to maybe figure out how they work? I mean, I know you light the fuse, but I mean, as far as could I rig? Pius is trying to figure out if he could like rig it with like a tripwire or some weird thing like that, where someone comes across of it and trips it, then it blows up and kills people. Essentially.
Okay.
So
roll me an intelligence check. Just roll
straight up intelligence
based on. Yep.
Don't suck. Don't suck. Don't.
See, you just push the. Yeah, which button do I push?
Plus or minus underneath your intelligence score.
A 9.
Okay, not bad enough that you're gonna destroy the explosive or have it go off in your hand, but you're not really sure how to rig up something such that like it would light the fuse or cause detonation on like a sudden yank or even impact. As best as you know, you'd have to light the fuse and wait for the fuse to go.
Cool. Okay. I'll just put it back in the bag and just start getting the other supplies ready.
Okay. Meanwhile, Lucius, Kay leads you to a bar. It is it's called Passing Time, and there's like an hourglass that's on the top of like above the bar, and it like actively drains like the sand down. And then in fact, as you get there, it's like the sand just emptied from one, and then it like flips and it starts draining down the other side. And she leads you into this this bar. It's several blocks in from the docks area, and it's like in a nicer part of town. In fact, like the interior is a clean, well-kept bar. There is someone like at a piano playing like soft music in the background. There is a beautiful, dark-skinned, dark-haired woman, seems to be of human descent, that is kind of walking around to various tables. There's not a ton of people here, as it's like breakfast time, but there's a few people here and there, and most of them seem to have like breakfast foods out. Some with like a sparkling wine of some sort in front of them. And when she sees you guys walk in, she waves, "Hello, dears. Take a pick of seats if you like. Got plenty of space open at the moment, and I'll be right over."
Thank you.
Okay, we'll kind of lead you over to like a booth that's off in a corner, and slide into the booth. I hope this works. It's one of my favorite spots. It's kind of mellow.
So
nice.
Very nice. Especially compared to what we've been to before.
Well, considering the place you mentioned, I'm not surprised.
Well, that and the other one we kind of burned down.
Heard about that one. She chuckles. Yeah, is there anything in particular you're looking to accomplish besides just wooing this girl?
I think
Say girl, she's a woman.
Grab a drink, get some food, and just listen to her talk and see what happens.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, man. 30-20.
All right. Let me see really quick. Just open up so I can roll. All right. Yeah, she's definitely seems to be into you. She is probably a little rougher around the edges. she's a thief, and you can kind of tell. But she's pretty enough and nice
That's
enough.
fine. I mean, mainly he's just trying to have a good time the way he just said if it happens, cool, and if it doesn't, oh well.
I mean, it seems like the ball would definitely be in Lucius's court to make something happen. She seems to be definitely into him. So if Lucius's wish, there is.
Yeah, he would wait like after the food and drink and probably, ask her if she wants to go to one of the rooms or something and then
Okay. Fade to black there as Lucius leads Kay to one of the rooms that's attached to this location.
Am I gonna be robbed when I wake up?
Let's say mark off 10 gold for the food and the use of the room.
Above in the ship, as I look across, I feel a great disturbance in the force.
Meanwhile, Hendrix and Randall are docking finally back at the docks in Canlinium. It's been probably... So it took you guys 45 minutes. So about the equivalent of about 3 hours-ish of the world time, like on the island. So as you dock, about 3 hours have passed. So it is now like more towards the early afternoon by the time you guys are getting back to the docks. Anything in particular you're looking to do there?
Get Sigranus back, get into the safe house, get in there without anyone noticing. I will say that to Sigranus, and I would suggest to him changing his shape in some manner or form. If only to get used to the different magic weave on this island.
All right. Would he have disguised self? I don't think he would. He pulls out a cloak, and he pulls it like up over his head, and then he's like, "No," and casts a spell, and he goes invisible.
For a pure moment there, as he's putting his cloak over his head like that, I'm like looking at Hendrix like, look at the wizard. Yeah, seen the talent there? How he hides his face through magic. Yeah, amazing. And then
I'll turn and be like, where's he gone though?
fucking hell, he's good though.
Yeah.
Damn right I am.
Whoa.
Sigranus,
Lead on, boys.
don't make me put a fucking bell around your neck, mate. I'll do it. Done it before.
As we're leaving, any dock workers still about?
Yeah, there's some wandering around working on other ships for sure. It's
Excuse me.
nearing lunchtime, so there's bits where it's a little more sparse than when you left.
I'll quickly go over to one, or just call one over, and I'll just see my boat over there, my ship. I need the outside washed down. Happy to pay. How about gold coin now, and another gold coin when I return, and it's clean?
How about 3 gold coins now and 2 when you're done? There's a lot of
2 now,
vomit
2
on the
when
side
you're
of
done.
that ship. A lot of vomit.
No, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. That's like a
And it's-
small amount.
It's
at
like a weird
most.
gray color. Like what?
No, that's
the hell have
perfectly
you been
healthy.
ingesting?
That shows the intestines are doing what they're meant to be doing. They're not letting any of the color out. They're keeping it in the body. That's good. You want that.
I'll be like 2 now, 3 when I return.
Righto. And he puts his hand out.
Walking away. I'll just talk to the ship. I'd be happy. Let's go back to the warehouse then.
Yep.
All right. You guys get back to the warehouse, and Pios is within. There is like a cart that is currently unloading jars of oil and dragging it inside.
Hey.
Perfect. Randy, this is all the stuff you asked for, I'm guessing.
Yeah. This is good. This is good.
Already
Just
like
good.
stacks of grain. And
But
It's all in
the
order.
good. Because I'm thinking, I say this out loud to the room whilst I'm staring at the grain. I'm visualizing me firing off that wind arrow, whirling it into this, getting all the grain flying about. So when the explosion goes, that will set that off to a second level. We could really blow up this whole plateau.
Or like a chain reaction of sorts.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. And if we do it the right way, if we can set the grain up so it's going through the actual tunnels, going up, going down into that spacing, like a Fisher cracker explosion.
And where would you guys be in relation to this explosion?
Right next
Walking
to it.
away in slow motion as it explodes behind us.
Thank you. My man understands what we're about.
If you guys can make it work. Pios, you hear this voice, like just coming out of thin air.
I look around, trying to distinguish where it's at.
I mean, you can make a perception at disadvantage.
Means a regular perception check.
Yep.
Nat 20 for 26.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's a disadvantage?
Well,
Yeah, because I got advantage on perception checks, so it's just a straight roll.
I was just checking you didn't roll 2 20s just then. I needed to know, man.
no, that
No.
would have been even.
So crazy.
Yeah, you spot an area in the room that seems to like slightly shimmer or change, like there is something invisible there, and
Yeah.
you recognize the voice as Sigranus.
I go right up to it and poke it.
Excuse you, little one.
Just making sure if my senses are correct. They are.
If it made me think of lightning bolting, and then it just dawned on me, where's the other one? Lucius.
He is either
Where is
sleeping with someone or getting his kidneys removed. Or both.
what?
He decided to
Then
pull a
remembering
Randy.
the woman. Okay.
Had sex with someone who was beautiful and powerful, and because they couldn't resist him.
Or when you get drunk and just sleep with anyone.
I don't just sleep with anyone. I sleep with someone who wants to sleep with me.
That's a bonus, at least.
Yeah.
I might go ape, but I never go rape. Come on now.
You've learned the polymorph spell.
Sigranus, I need to remember you're here.
He is right here. You do not see him?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably like another 10 or 15 minutes, and Lucius, you may return. It was a good time. He had some stamina.
Yeah.
So did she.
He'll walk and he'll look and try to like sneak in.
Lucius is
you
back.
Welcome to make
Yeah.
a stealth check if you want.
Surely at disadvantage here.
You're not
because
getting
of
past
the
my
everything about Lucius.
I mean, between me and Hendrix, I think we've
That's a
got the
9.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys notice him trying to slink in. There's probably some visible scratch marks like on his neck.
So
Some
is
various
he Granos or no?
he's invisible right now.
Oh, okay, so
He is
good,
not.
like,
He is
hey,
right here.
guys.
So have you been?
Having a
One
drink.
time we give you a task. You leave it to
Uh,
Pius all on his own. Hold on, Pius, by the way.
I had to,
You're
we
welcome.
had to make sure that he could do a good job. Look, he did a good
I
job. You don't have
mean-
to worry about it.
It was a good thing that Lucius was distracted because he causes unwanted attention.
Exactly.
I mean,
Luckily, he did not end up in jail, so he did good by that. Is all your organs still intact?
I think so. He's gonna start like, my back hurts, but I think that's fine.
let me
Did you
check.
bring
I'm
back
gonna
some
go
kind
back
of
and-
weird disease that, say, Randall would have caught?
I hope not.
I cast protection from evil and good as I approach his rear, just as a point, as he says about the STI issue, just in case. You know, you don't want to get caught by gonorrhea from Orcus. That shit will never end.
Anyways, were you guys able to get Sagranos or army or something?
The Granos is right here. That point to the invisible.
Or-
Nothing.
See, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, hey there.
He'll now that the doors are finally shut, and the people were done loading up the oil, he drops the invisibility.
I think today he's gonna go like, there's a difference. He leaves children all over the place. So.
Oh, so you never mind. Don't need to know the specifics.
So nice to see you.
And you. I'm glad you're all alive.
Somehow.
Shall we give him like? Now we're private. We're alone. We can go back upstairs to the room at the table and
Mhm.
actually debrief him on everything we've done thus far and what our main goal is and plan, and see if he has any suggestions with the magic he knows to make our end goal easier.
All right. Yeah, he would totally. You guys are upstairs. He listens carefully. In general, I think the plan has merit. Couple of things I thought of in the time you had left. Didn't have a ton of time, but these collars, and he'll pull out his portable hole and go in and pull out one of the collars that was left behind. One of the ones that was delivered by the emissary.
Yeah.
The only way I've figured out how to open them is magically. The spell knock can open it, and he starts to incant, and a loud, like almost cracking sound comes across, but then the collar like unbuckles and like hinges open.
Can you write that spell down for us?
I can make a few scrolls, yeah. Depends on how much time I have, but yeah, I can.
It'd be so much easier if we can get it off the king or prince or whoever.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure that taking off a collar will revert to the old person, especially if it had been on them for a while. I haven't obviously tested this on a living creature, but it may at least break whatever link could continue on passing the life of the one wearing it to the next. I have a feeling the soul will be gone, but if you, say, take this off the prince and then kill him, his psyche is whatever won't transfer to whatever body he's got in backup.
So if we knock a collar off a prince and we kill him, he's dead.
That's
For-
the
for a
theory.
while.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, the magic that I've been able to figure out from this collar seems to be a transference of the current entity to another body. With all of their past experiences and powers, some, I think if it's a magical transference, that magic needs to build into the new body or whatever,
Like a
needs to get
possession.
familiar. But yeah, in a way, I would say so. It seems fairly permanent, though.
Have you figured out a way of determining if the jump's already been made? Let's say. Do you know what I mean by that?
Well, yes, there's these runes here, and he gestures and using prestidigitation on this rune, on this collar, he kind of highlights a couple of spots where there's runes. It's subtle, but this rune here, and he points at this one, and it's this weird, two lines with kind of an X going in between the two of them. If that one is up and down, I believe it will. So almost like an hourglass, so it's on the side. If it's up and down, that will usually determine that is the active psyche, the caster, or whatever you want to call it. If it's sideways, I believe that means it's a recipient, or one destined to take on the entity should the active one pass.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's the other way. If you could find the the receptacle, you could.
The recipient.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could find their
Vessel.
recipient vessel that's waiting for them, and remove the collar from them, and then you go and kill the active one. But that is definitely a little bit more roundabout. But
Yeah.
Is viable, but it's a very long-winded and
Kind of weird question, but since the collars harvest the soul and transfer it, is there any way to channel the soul like it's an energy, maybe?
channel the soul as an energy.
I'm just throwing stuff out there, but
That sounds more divine magical use that I'm not as good at, but
knock will clear a collar, and if it is not treated properly, whoever is wearing that collar will expire or will be free of the collar, one or the other. Yes.
well, it won't kill the person who's wearing it, but it would allow you to kill the person without them being able to transfer it to their vessel.
I'm looking over at your ring of spell storing piles, and I'm wondering if we should swap and knock them out for 5 rounds of knock. Put you in a position where if you're in melee against some guys with collars, you can just stop that shit right there. Plus, with you being a stealthy mother lover, you're going to be able to get closer to people anyway.
it's not a bad idea. And if I stick close to them, I can, heal them and all that.
I mean, we can support that motion. I'm saying if we've got you as our offensive line, Lucius, pushing us forward through the lines, and Pius acts as our receiver,
Oh yeah,
zipping
yeah,
through, get that ball on, get that target, and we can get that TD.
I could put 2 of knocks within his ring and then inscribe some scrolls for the rest of you.
You could knock knock.
Better than mine. I was going to say you could have a nice pair of knockers.
Please.
3.
And I wonder why they never leave the castle.
I say Ree again, but way more aggressively right at Zagran. It's like, Ree! Sorry, I forgot you're on our side. My bad. Apologies.
For now. So, yeah, like I said, I could put a couple of spells in the ring. I could make a few more by scroll, depending on how much time.
I have a quick question. I leveled up, but I didn't pick a spell yet. Is that alright if I just grab knock?
Would you have grabbed knock if you had leveled up before now?
I mean,
If you
was
didn't know about the power of the actual, would you have done it?
Probably not. I was gonna look and see what I thought was like, good to use. But at least if I grab it now, I can switch it later when I level up.
There's something less more powerful that will knock them out. That way we have more spells within the ring besides just 2 spells.
I mean, if you want to use the ring, have 1 knock in there as a last gasp, and then take 1 out. We'll switch it for 2 silvery barbs. That way, if you're able to work your actions, you know that if shit goes wrong, you can change that.
Very well then.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 2 silvery barbs instead of 3.
Yeah.
And
We're
then we're gonna do
drop-
1 knock.
We do
If
1
you
knock.
do that, I can still give you a shield too.
Wait.
Yeah. So it'll be 1 shield,
yeah.
2
Okay, shit.
barbs,
Yeah.
1
Okay.
knock.
So I'm getting rid of healing word then.
Yeah. And 1 silver barb.
Wait.
You might as
2
well
silver-
use it. Just cast it on Lucius, just in case he did catch anything.
2 silvery
I'm gonna
barbs.
Well, I've already cast protection from evil and good. That's always worked out fine for Randy. He's never caught an STI because of it.
Okay, so I can have 5 levels of spells, right? So
Yeah,
so I've got 3 first level spells
and knock.
and knock. Okay, good. Okay, that's making sure.
Yeah. So Grannis can cast knock in there. Now, looking up making scrolls, second
Yeah.
level scroll says it takes 3 days for him to make.
Now here's a question though. Who's 3 days?
The problem is you're currently in the faster timeline.
Yeah.
I
So-
know, but I thought if I pointed at the camera enough, you would feel like, yeah, that's a good point, Dave.
No. Nice try though. I could say that he probably would have at least 1 like in the space, the extra dimensional space. That being said, we do need to come to a close for today. So I think we'll stop there with Pios's ring getting filled. Hey.
Another
with a
bonus
pair of
hole.
knuckles.
I mean, why should Lucius be the only one doing the filling? With that, guys, thank you everyone for joining us. We do appreciate you guys jumping in chat, hanging out with us as we go through this crazy antics. We will get to some combat when we get to some combat, but this was good setup and planning. We will be back on tonight live with Jose and Dave, and I will be there because it is our Princess Apocalypse game with a couple of other players. That is 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. Extrapolate out for wherever you're at. Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you for joining me today, and we will be back to continue this story in 2 weeks' time. So, bye, guys.
Peace.
That just sucks.